I know this video is late by one day, so please excuse me for that, but hopefully it's worth it because with the beginning of September, school's piling up, so of course Friday came a lot faster than I expected, and I did not have a video ready. As a matter of fact, I'm recording this right now on Saturday, so before we get started, shirt of the day will be my new, you guys can't see it like that, Beatles Abbey Road shirt. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Alright, now this is an anime review of an anime that sadly just came to an end but gave us an amazing ride all the way through, Bleach. Now, Bleach used to be my first, it was my favorite anime for the longest time, and it was the anime I first watched and recognized as an anime. As a kid, I watched Sailor Moon, I watched Pokemon and Digimon and Dragon Ball Z, but those are just all cartoons to me. When someone finally told me the anime concept, the first one I recognized as an anime, and when I started watching and calling anime, was Bleach. That was one that first had me looking into, whoa, what is this? And I looked in and I finally found out that Bleach was an anime, and so it was my favorite for the longest time, and now seeing it come to an end, although it is sad, it had a good run, and it had a lot of good things about it. So without further ado, let's get right into the review. Alright, an overall synopsis of the show. It starts out with young Strawberry Ichigo Kurosaki. He is a boy who can see ghosts, and his life is, being able to see ghosts at least, relatively normal until he meets the Soul Reaper Rukia Kuchiki. Now, through the entire show, there were several major arcs. First, you had, I don't remember the name of the first arc. I remember the first arc was about him trying to save Rukia from her execution. The second arc was the Arrancar arc, where they're trying to stop Sosuke Aizen from taking over, I'm assuming, the world. I don't remember what Aizen's entire plan was. And then we go to, I'm including the filler arcs too, the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc, which had to do with the Zanpakuto spirits, as the name suggests, rebelling. Then we had the arc about, they were like the, I think they're called Gigais. Or, no, Gigais are what the human body is. They're called the Reikais. The Reikai take over the Soul Society and whatever. And then it was the Execution arc, which of course had to do with Ginjo, and he was taking over, trying to get back at the Soul Society with Ichigo's powers. And then, of course, the final and concluding arc of the show, the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. Now, I rehearsed this, too. I should know all this. The 1,000-Year Blood War arc that, of course, ended it. And I haven't seen the ending yet, so don't spoil that for me. I will plan on reading the ending in a little bit. So I guess it's kind of unfair for me to review this, but I've seen most of it. I've seen, up until about a few chapters before the ending. I haven't actually read the ending chapter yet, though. So, and through this time, our Strawberry, Ichigo Kurosaki, he learns a lot. He learns more about friendship. He starts from being this bratty little kid, originally in the show. Well, not little, but bratty kid, to gaining a lot of friends and learning what camaraderie is, and changing a lot of people along the way. And we lose a few people on the way for the during the series, but of course, it's to be expected, especially if you watch anime. The characters, of course, main character Ichigo Kurosaki, Rukia Kuchiki, who gives Ichigo his Soul Reaper powers, just in the picture, Captain Hitsugaya, who is the 9th captain. He's not important. He's sort of important, but not a big character. If we're going to go off of main characters, Orihime Anoi? Yeah. She is their healer. She's not too strong when it comes to offensive power, but she can heal, she can put up barriers, things like that. And Chad, it was the big bulky guy. he wasn't exactly a Soul Reaper, but he wasn't a Quincy either. He had powers more similar to Hollow's powers. We had Uryu Ishida, and he was a Quincy who used the bow and arrow. And all of them, even if they had their fighting and their qualms, especially with Uryu, spoiler alert by the way here, with Uryu betraying them in the final arc, I'm assuming it wasn't like a real betrayal. You know, it really, in the end, they all stick together. And of course, he does gain friends along the way. I guess you can call Byakuya a friend. But Renji and a lot of other Soul Society members, even changing the heart of the captain. So, I mean, through the series, you learn a lot about these characters. Now, overall, how the story flowed. Most people wouldn't find filler really good, but the writers for the show, when they had to come up with filler to keep it so the book was still going, they did a fairly good job at it. Every filler arc I really enjoyed, minus the Ray Guy one. But, well, I guess there's only two, so I really only enjoyed the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc. Because I like the Zanpakuto spirits, and they all have their own interesting personalities that, of course, made me want to keep watching that arc. The Ray Guy one I felt dragged on a lot, especially because I read the book, so I knew that as right after the fight with Aizen, Ichigo was supposed to lose all of his powers instead of there being another arc there. So that's the only thing I can have complaining with the filler. When it comes to just the overall story, this is a pretty good anime. It's a good anime for starting out ones. And I want to hear that whole freaking weeaboo mainstream thing. This anime is a must watch for anybody who loves anime. It is a story. It is a show that will have you hooked on the story, all the excitement, all of the action, and, you know, a lot of ships that go on. Now, like I said, that last arc's supposed to make or break some ships, so we'll see. I think that's basically all I have to say. If I had to give this a rating, I would call this one of the A+ animes. An anime that has 0 to few flaws. Even if I had to give it a few flaws, maybe the story didn't flow so well. But all in all, this show was amazing. It's bloody, it's amazing, the story goes good, and they have characters that are really likable. Even the antagonists were likable. The Arrancar with Grimjow and, oh crap, who was the other guy? I don't know, Coyote Stark was my favorite though. Coyote Stark and Howlin' Bell. Bragan and all the Arrancar, and so many things were just to love about this anime. So overall, A+, must watch. Now, let's go to this.